So where was I? Yeah, so he comes up to me and he's like, oh, I think I can help you now. I was, and I was on the phone for a while with the corporate office, and I was like, I'm not getting off this phone now. I didn't say anything. I looked at him, and I don't know, he had this big book with him that was open, and he looked embarrassed. He knew he'd get in trouble again. And then I walked out, and I was like, bitch, I cannot wait. You watch. I will wait 6-7 hours until you fucking close, and I will make you do your job. But we're not going to do it now. All of a sudden you want to when I'm when I'm at corporate. I'm going to finish this complaint, and then come back in, and then you're going to service me. And yeah, I will be back. Okay, so anyway, so I walked out to the parking lot, and I was on the phone with corporate, and I said he was told to help me, and now yesterday when I called corporate, and now he's not doing it because he's embarrassed, and he doesn't want to. It's an act of control, because he doesn't want to do it, and he was pretending the whole time he could. And that customer service agent, I didn't even ask for a complaint. I didn't even think my meaning wasn't even to file one. I was just wanting him to call the store and force him to do it. And then the customer service guy on the phone, I'm out in the parking lot now, and there are all these stalkers. They're screaming around my car, slamming doors, stuff like that. Just watch when I go in public. They'll keep parking cars closer and closer to me. That is awesome. And then they get mad and try and hide it. Well, if it's normal, why are you hiding it? They should be admitting, saying, yeah, we're doing it because we hate her, because, we think she deserves. Why don't they just say that? And anyway, just watch. They inch closer and closer. Like, if a parking lot's empty, watch. They'll start all parking around me. And they're not even students or, patients or customers. Anyway, even if I'm parked way in the back of a parking lot anywhere, all of a sudden they'll start parking all around me. It's like, what customer parks in the back, in the very back space? Exactly. They're thinking it's not illegal, but it is, because an alarmingly high number of people that are coming around, and they're only doing it to me, so they got to work hard and do this year round, which is exactly where I exploit their weakness. That's exactly where I get them. They don't do that because they're lazy dogs. I'm hard enough for them. And anyway, so I'm in the parking lot, back on the phone, and the customer service guy didn't like what Nick was doing, the manager. He's told to help me, and he agreed to it, and now he's not doing it. And so he said, I'm gonna file a complaint. I said, but I already filed one was already filed yesterday. He goes, well, we're gonna file another one. He said, with the business team. He said, because I don't like this. I go, yeah. And I was on the phone for like 3 hours, and that guy that they called that manager, and he said, oh, she just left. I go, that's a lie. I hope the cameras are working in there, because if they don't mysteriously work, then that means that they shut them off. But there are cameras in those stores, and in most business, I think in every major business they have cameras. Anyway, so I was on the phone for 3 hours and stuff, and then I took a lunch break at McDonald's because I was hungry. So three and a half later, I go back in. Again, there's another fake long line. They're taking up the bench. They're not injured, all because they don't want me to sit down because they know I have a leg injury. And again, more racist comments, and I complained about this because when I first came in, again, they were they were doing the same thing, staring at me. They're talking about Trump and how a really weird thing, how they're burning dogs in Asia, and then they got quiet and looked at me, and then just talking a lot about Trump, about Asian, stuff like that, about praying, how our praying is weird, and this is all in front of the employees. And anyway, so I come back 3.5 hours later, and I'm being made to wait probably over 20 minutes. And these are stalkers, so remember, that's grounds for termination. Them taking up the parking spots and them not being customers or anything, because they're real customers like me, I was told, that need to be helped in the store, and they're taking up time. And even when they're pretending to act like customers, they're not. So that's grounds for termination. Remember that. And so report them for taking up the parking spots. And these aren't real customers. They launch death threats against me too. Like, they talk about shooting Asians, stuff like that. How Muslims bomb too many people. How Muslims should be bombed. Because I'm Islamic, I'm Muslim. And so anyway, anyway, I'm made to wait. Finally, they're having them make those racist comments while another white employee is being told, is being like fake customer service. They're pretending to stay in line with another employee, all to lodge insults at me. Oh, and the day before I come to this location, when I talked to corporate, when they reached out to that Lima, to that manager, the manager said that his team told him that, I came in causing a scene and screaming and they had to call the police. That was a lie. And I said, there was no police when I was there. And I said, did the police come after I was there? And I think they said they didn't know, but they said they had to call the police when I was there. Because they said I stormed in and I was screaming, which wasn't true. I was like sleeping for 35 minutes and I was quiet. You know, they're told to lie by Home Depot and Walmart. So anyway, oh. So many stories. Okay, where am I? Okay, so, okay, so finally, he does the exchange of the cell phones, and, he's doing the exchange of the cell phones, and, he says, whatever, I'm not going to argue with you. I was like, oh my God, you argued with me for like 5-6 hours, and then, you know, after you look really bad when you're forced into it, you know, probably gonna get fired after this. Now, yeah, he's returning and he's scanning it and stuff. And then one of the other employees, a fat white guy, he, after he's done with the stalkers, pretending to finish to ring them up, he goes, yes, where we are very helpful here, because obviously they got in trouble for the way they treat me. He goes, yeah, where we are very helpful and friendly here. And then he goes and he slams the door and he hides. And I was like, good, they did their job and scolded you. I'm like, hey, it's a choice. Either service the customer or you agreed to do Home Depot and Walmart's dirty deed. I don't feel sorry for you guys. You guys agreed to do their work. So I guess this is your reward. Be happy with that. I was like, don't blame anybody. You guys are the only ones at fault. You guys could have said no, or you guys could have lied and said, yeah, we'll do it, and called the cops or something. You know, or said yes and then not done it. But you guys are 100% at fault to blame. It's you guys' decision. Nobody's forcing them. Nobody blackmailed you. Nobody threatened you. Nobody put a gun to your head and threatened to murder your kids. Nobody forced you. You're doing this because you want to. Because they weren't popular. They were unpopular in high school. That's why they're doing this. You know. And they're trying to relive out their non-glory days. You know, they're pretending they're the track star, the football player, you know, who couldn't get the homecoming queen. That's what they're reliving. And, okay, so, anyway, he's like, whatever. He goes, I'm not arguing with you anymore. He started arguing with me about something. I think he said he couldn't get it scanned, you know, and he might not be able to give it to me. I said, well, I can wait. And he goes, whatever, I'm not going to argue with you. I was like, yeah, well, look what you've been doing all these hours when I was in the parking lot. Anyway, and remember, it was hot too, and I didn't even have the air conditioner on, so I could have died in my car. And I kept the windows kind of closed because, you know, I don't want bugs coming in. Anyway,